Hey YouTube, Safety here. Just doing a garden update, showing my got about 18 corn plants sprouted, dozen bean plants sprouted up in between the corn. I've got about a dozen forms of squash, from zucchini, melon, banana squash, all sorts of squash. I think this might be a volunteer pumpkin plant that's going on here. Got it all growing up, doing kind of a perma Three Sisters garden type thing going. We got some mountain spinach here, or okra, oric, some lettuce growing up underneath it. Got a volunteer tomatillo, some fava bean plants growing. Got my carrots going. I got some carrot starts in back. More tomatillos and tomatoes with my homemade tomato trellis. More squash and beans, some lettuce. There's a nice leek that I put in back in the winter. More corn, beans, lettuce. Nice start to a squash plant. This little patch here is not doing too great, but I didn't mulch it, didn't put compost on it. It's pretty much what last year's garden soil was. Tried to start a few different things, so there's tons of seeds are starting in there. It's a nice big tomatillo plant, some tomatoes, volunteer tomato plant behind that. You can see my cabbage in the background with some broccoli that's bolting that never really produced much for me. See if I can get a good view of my entire garden here. It's all actually growing really nicely. I'm watering it, every day or so. Really enjoying the growth aspect of all the plants. Got the starts that I never really transplanted. They've all kind of died from the heat that we've had. Plus I've got 2 bins of compost that I've been turning daily. Sorry, literally almost just fell over. Alright, I got my hop plants growing up here, working their way up the string. These are some Swiss chard plants that bolted, that I'm just waiting to go to seed so that I can harvest the seed from there. This bed doesn't get the best light, but I've got my Armenian cucumbers that I got from my grandma. I've got some pickling cucumbers with some random beans and lettuces sprouting up. Got my crabgrass that I'm growing. I literally can't get rid of this, but it's really just taking over the outside of the bed. I'm probably tear this whole bed out and rebuild it. Through here you can't really see too well, but I've got some lettuce plants growing that are shaded behind the trellis, plus some spinach plants back here that are shaded. This box gets too much shade anyways, unfortunately, mostly due to this enormous plum tree that's just north of it. More like northeast, I guess. Yeah, northeast of it. Tons of little baby plums on there though. Looking forward to that. Let's head around the garden this way. Started basil about 8 times right here, and they all keep getting eaten by something, birds or something. You can see the little tiny bits that are left there. But I'll just keep planting them. Hopefully I get some. Got my California poppies. Got my hanging strawberry plants. This one actually is finally getting a red strawberry, but I'm not really paying attention to that guy. Here's the strawberries that I started from seed last year. They're actually doing quite well. Moved them outside from inside and they're getting sun. Got a volunteer squash plant, drew some artichoke. Let's see, you can see my carrot starts down here, plus the ones that I've got to harvest. Got some little baby's breath growing here, but I also planted some sugar snap peas that are trellising up that. I think I might do basil, almost like a basil lettuce combo here, maybe some other seasonal herbs. Got a volunteer squash plant that's going to see if it can take over here. Here's the backside to my tomato trellis, which seems to be extremely blurry. There's a vertical view of my garden. I don't know why everything's so blurry. Well, top side of my cabbage. We've got rosemary hiding here, some rue. I'm blanking on the name of this herb. It's slipping my mind. I know it though. Here's my artichokes that I bought last year. It's finally taking shape. I doubt I'll get any artichokes this year, but maybe one. I transplanted some rosemary off that plant there. Some baby strawberries. I've been harvesting strawberries off this daily. It's finally starting to taper off with the lack of heat that we've had over the last couple days. Another Jerusalem artichoke and some strawberries over there. I've got some hop plants. This is a volunteer hop plant that I must have buried a root in. It's taken off all the way up here. Got a hop plant growing right here. Another one growing over here. These I'm going to get some big wine barrels in here and plant those to trellis up. And sorry the video's running long, but I want to show you my last little patch that I created over here of my Jerusalem artichoke. So here's the Jerusalem artichokes that I've got going over here. These things are growing rapidly. They've been in the ground for maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops, no more than that, and they've just, some of them down there are over a foot tall, but these things are going to keep going and they're going to get very tall. They're probably going to rival the height of this bush here. But nice cloudy California morning. Stay safe, YouTube.